more than just can't afford. I wanna make change up north, so checks will get forged. And if you see me kicking balls, I ain't playing sport. If you reckon your boys are sick, then go get them. But I reckon the heads will get split like seconds. And I know that you ain't grip no weapon, cause the only trouble you see is on Sky, channel 607. And I reckon that you're only you, and I don't mean the fruit. If I say I split your melon, if it's your bitch you're belling, but I enter the phone, then leave her alone, cause tonight I'm getting it on. You're not to the dog as me, and nobody's.
But literally, tonight, like, I just wanted to present something that I just think is the journey. So, being from Manchester, you always see Oasis and Stone Roses and all these things in it. So, tonight, this is our journey, in it. This is our version, of what is our culture, like. This didn't just start with H, this didn't just start last week, do you get what I'm saying? Like, all these people have been inspired by someone. Like, there's people in this room today that, they was major to me. Like, there's people I wanted to be here that could even make it tonight. That, listen, when I was growing up, like, on a serious level, they was my 50 Cent. Like, Senses in here today, he made Money Madness, See Money Madness, listen, when I was growing up, and I'm skipping into sections I shouldn't be, because I'm just so, like, passionate about this stuff, you get what I mean? But see Money Madness, watching that as a DVD or whatever it was, video, I don't know what it was back then, you get what I mean? But watching that was mad.
You're like, giving them too much, bro.
Listen,
slow down.
You know what I mean? I'm killing them already.
Chill. Giving them too much.
But let's get started, innit? Because obviously you'll have me up here all day getting passionate.
Tell them why we're here tonight.
Listen, tonight, we are here to celebrate this thing, innit? This is the history of Manchester black music, So if I can have a round of applause or something, I'd love that,
As Kane said, well, I didn't even introduce myself, I was just getting straight into it because he was warming up. I'm Roller, I'll be your host tonight. As Kane said, it's a Manchester journey, but it's going to be through the eyes of us, our narrative, what we've seen. So we did ask for a few people to come down, a few of our real ones turn up and they're here, and that's all that matters. So, starting off, I'd say it was like 1990, what would we say is 96 that Cleopatra dropped. 98 files. What you saying? So I didn't really have much taste in rap other than what my big brother had, so maybe a little bit of Nas or something, Wu-Tang, but I weren't really feeling that. But then, man seen Cleopatra, and I knew them from about, so that was big. And that was like the biggest thing for any of us at that time. They were superstars where we were from. And this is pre-YouTube, so when you see them, it's on TV. We had 4 channels, so like they're on TV, they're on your TV. Everyone has seen that. 4, man. What you see this guy? So making me look old, like, you know what I'm saying? Man said 4. Yeah, man, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's what we had. And Cleopatra was on all 4 of them, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, live and kicking. Yo, try to get your mic on, man. Like, you got a mic in your hand for a reason, bro.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you to Dragz.
Yes, everyone knows who I am anyway. Everyone knows who I am. You should know who I am anyway.
Our stories are pretty similar, innit? But from slightly different perspectives. There were supposed to be a few more perspectives, but as we say, so it go, man. So, go and play this one.
These are the only people I know that locked down their road, cut it off in the 90s. No one could go anywhere. They were performing in the middle of the street, locked down the whole of the hood. No one's ever done that ever since.
Airs rolled, bro. Come on, like they locked it off.
Clean.
I think Banco's the only person here who could probably pull that off right now, though. What do you think?
Try it, yeah, he could probably, you know, easy.
Yeah, but not ever, not since. And yo, remember they had the TV show as well?
Yeah, that TV show was mad.
Like they had their own TV show on CITV. Like this is how big they were at that time. This is stuff that's still not been done again to this day. And like, this is the first thing we was really seeing from people who were our peers in Manchester at the time. Not even, they were even so far removed. And this is pre any sort of internet in your home, really. So
you didn't even have dial-up them days there. So.
Yeah, this is pre all that. So like that was huge. And after them,
what I could say, 98 to 2001, it was grime, garage, innit? Everybody got a older.
You're running through too much, man. You're running through too much, man.
I've got to say this before Raw T, cause Diesel came before us. I can't just say Raw T. These man were there first. You get what I'm saying? So boom, you get me? Because if you want to know how Raw T started, you got to remember Maccas and Littles. They were in floss. You get me? They were floss mode, little floss mode from the get-go. You get me? With Saji and them man there. Shout out Saji and that. You get me? My day one, Soldier Flair's my best friend. Soldier's his little cousin. Yeah? So then you've got obviously Floss, his family always. So it was a big thing to break off from floss mode and make Raw T. You get me? And it caused a little bit of friction in the end.
So when you've done that, so when you were doing,
you know the thing, yes, know the thing, you know. The first 3 sets we did was Floss Raw T. It never was just Raw T on our own. It was always Sajay, Jubs, them man always. Dre was a DJ with Flair back to back, and it was always in Q's flat. You get me? Because Q was Floss and Q was our big cousin, but then he ended up coming over with us. But he was still kept his ties with Floss mode, to get what I'm saying. But obviously, it just eventually, because we stopped doing sets, if we really, because we stopped doing sets, but they were still family, you get what I'm saying? We'll get onto that, whatever happened later on, but that's how it was at first. We did sets with them first, do you get me? Big sets, they were probably the best sets we did.
And these sets were getting about on cassette tape.
Yeah, standard cassette tape straight. And we're just moving on to CD, it was early CD days, that's when we were moving on, early CD days. And then it's like, obviously we're doing sets. We used to go to Gorse Hill, that was our link. We had Gorse Hill Studios. We kind of had that pattern from when we went to school. You know, so we always got free writing there. We used to go in there, do tunes. We weren't even tunes, we used to just use the computer to make sets. To get what's here, record it when we're doing our sets. Then we used to get Shifty. Everyone used to come there from, that was traffic based. You get me, Moss based, but traffic based would be always in Gorse Hill. We did a lot before we got to this video here, you know what I mean?
We have to condense it for them.
Yeah, we're gonna condense it, but we have to get making sets and start making rhythm. We were the only one making rhythm at that time. Do you get what I'm saying? No one else was making rhythm, so we disconnected ourselves from the man them. Called Lyric Lounge, all these things that was going on. We weren't there, we were stuck in the flats. You get me? Making rhythm, making track after track after track. Cause in our brain, we just got signed. So in our brain, we're like, right, we have to make track, can't do set no more. Do you get what I'm saying?
Shout out to Tony Wilson still.
Yeah, Tony, big up Tony. That was probably the biggest mistake we made. Real truth at the top. To everybody that's doing this music thing. Obviously, now, it's good to be independent. Then it was good to be a major. We went with Tony with no advance. You see, EMI, Sony, BMI, all them places came up offering us anything. So anything you want, you can have. But we was on this Manchester thing, straight Manchester. And he was like, rah, because he didn't know nothing about grime. You don't understand, grime was fresh. The only person that had been signed in grime was Dizzy. We got signed before Wiley. We signed before Wiley. You feel what I'm saying? So, but when we were coming out, he was asking us what to do next. You get me? He's spending money on.
It still moved like an Old Trafford, Moss Side video. But so if you've seen it, you know it's iconic, innit? Because you see what happens in the video. But play the video, let people see what.
Even to the edge of fire, man, I jack you. What's go pen and then the things that I make. The street game ain't safe unless you got a Big Mac tucked in your waist. Not a Big Mac that can go in your tummy. If you bust a gun, bust a real one, not a dummy. It's not funny, trying to survive in a place where peeps and cruel and conniving. Slave, some think but I'm for riding. L.I. double is not down with riding, nah. I'm straight straight out the street. Broad street to the stage, speak on a beat. Spit heat from an A speak to an E. I'll never get dick from my shoes, I'm a street cat. Hood rat, proud of my background. Guarantee when I leave, I will be back down. Even if I sell millions of my album, I'm a couple pound out. This is what I tell them. It's my life where we live. Like one big cycle of fight to survival, and that's all good. Yeah, those who chose to live a life like this, my life's like this. All because of the game, play too clear, now my name's too big, and I cope. I hope that I can cope, living life on a time low. Realize I've witnessed tragedies, see more casualties than wars. Same rate training, same steam team, drop school, pick up tools, trade the life in the cause. I see broken homes, including my own, perfected domestic streets, losing ease now. She's on her own, no that's a lot too, so the streets have his home, and these boys, these trust go in the same but still reach for the chrome. Face so known, he can't roll alone, and he ain't getting no younger, he's getting older, my mind getting stronger, my rhyme getting colder. These streets tells a story, been told, gotta keep my ear close to the street, gotta know, never show. Weakness, no one's one pro, and the flows and leadership, don't be a speaker. Where we live, like one big cycle of fight to survival, and that's all good. Yeah, those who chose to live a life like this, my life.
What about that money? That's the only sponsorship we got, so yeah, we had to promote it hard.
Nah, that's what he's up to.
Yeah, so yeah, that's us. Yeah, big up everybody that was in our come up and our downfall. But yeah, love to everyone. So, Bob, I'm still here for asking any questions and you want to answer.
Right, so Soldier and Flair came from TNT still.
Yeah, I said that, bro. I said TNT. I said TNT, fam. I hold up TNT. I didn't forget TNT. Let me just say this, Scoot. Romy, yeah, is one of the OG, triple OG's car. Now let me explain something. Cause when Romy was spitting, yeah, I was freestyling. I used to freestyle, but Romy was always a guy that ripped bars from school. He'll tell you lost stock. Then them days there, you would be burning in A block and you'd be spitting bars. You get what I'm saying? Romy's been doing it from day dot, and he's always been passionate about this thing. You get me? I'm not gonna lie. He took Soldier from me and Flair. Me, Flair and Soldier had a little thing going on. Yeah. Him and Obi-Wan Kenobi, yeah, cause they were kind of more professional. They had decks and all them things. We were just ghetto, just spitting from mic and headphone and them thing there. They recruited Soldier because Soldier was a star. Everybody could see Soldier was a star. He had bars from there. You did. I'm not saying you didn't. And he flourished, car. Flipping Jubbs was over there, Saji was over there before they were floss. To get me, TNT was kind of the birth ground, a lot of man them, you get what I'm saying? So that's why I said use man first. If everyone back me up, I did say TNT.
He said it, man, he said it. Yeah, so after Raw T, I'd say there was a big dip. We didn't really see anything popping in the same kind of way as Cleopatra and Raw T did before. We had Trigger when he had the Moss-Siders and they opened up at the Commonwealth Games. That could have popped off again, but it still sort of fizzled out. So for a while, there wasn't really anything that was really popping like them first two examples that I remember. Because you got to remember, this is only our narrative. We were supposed to have Tyler Dalian, but he couldn't make it due to other responsibilities and that. But we are still going to shout him out. Because if you remember, he was on a TV program called Dubplate Drama. He was in London, he was making tunes with So Solid. Like, their thing was popping. They had UK Team with Lyrican. He was another guy who was killing it at the time. And he was flying a flag for the hip hop thing. So, and this is still before YouTube really. So, we're still not really getting into the viral thing. So, when these people are popping, they're popping because like, they're everywhere that you go. So, go and spin that one.
Tired of playing games and acting like nothing's changed when you and I both know where you were a week ago. See, you was with your man. I know because my cousin saw you. And you was in his range. Living bread. How can I ever trust you again?
So that was Tyler Daly, aka Hoodman.
Yeah, it's called Hoodman at the time. And as I touched on before, he was in a TV program called Dubplate Drama that came on Channel 4, I think. And at the end of every episode, they used to make you phone up and pick what the next outcome would be or what they do next. So like I'm saying, that was what was really popping ahead of the time. We was trying to find some clips and that, but again, pre-YouTube, it's just not out there, innit?
We're moving quicker with bass and we might end you in a lyrical way. This is big in the game, the winners tune on the biggest of games. We're big like EA, even our sliggity slay.
Man, a big like EA, let's get left in AE. Wanna fight and it's okay, but I'm gonna teach you will get KO. You want war, it's ON, blood by your QNO. You should know I'm a OG, so right now you should GO. So don't act like you're big in the game, you're not in champion, you're just a little in vain. And your name's not a big in the claim, I've been here for 3 years, you're not spitting the same. I know you wanna get rid of my name, to do that no need heat like the middle of Spain. Step and you will get most the head of my mixtape coming in the middle of May. So just give me your brain before I come with the sickest of mates. And what you want like a christening mate, coming for you like the middle of 8. Gun in your crew like Pillars and Reyes. Beef, come check me in my estate outside the U-Club, see me chilling in Mason. If it's raining, catch me on Calder Vale, chilling in Blizz and sliggity slay. Honest, I'm too great, so if I die, everybody will suffer like I was bottom of the food chain.
Listen, I'm too big, I'm better than you. You're 16 and my school kid.
Yes, little cuz, you're going on too cold, no one can mess with your trust.
So big, I'm not big in the game.
Man, a big like EA, let's get left in AE. Wanna fight and it's okay, but I'm gonna teach you will get KO. You want war, it's ON, blood by your QNO. You should know I'm a OG, so right now you should
I'm known to
GO.
be cold, I've said it.
Yeah, it's PlayStation 2 that.
Shifty was going to be the next big thing though. We all know that. If you're in the scene, Shifty was going to be the guy. Like, we all know
I'll tell you a
that.
little story about how Shifty ended up in Mayhem. Mayhem were going around clashing everyone at the time. Anyone who thought they had a crew, they were going around and they were clashing with him. At that time, you didn't really have standalone MCs. You more had crews. It was whoever's crew was the best. So it was just your crew v my crew, this crew v that crew, everywhere. Mayhem went to go clash Fearless crew, I think they were called. No Fear. Is it No Fear? Or Fearless? Yeah? Because show them you're coming up here in a sec anyway. This is coming
come on,
to
man.
your time.
Tell us what it is, because you man know what it is.
No Fear or Fearless. And Laser was in there and Shifty were in there. Mayhem clashed them, and after the clash, Laser and Shifty was like, we're joining Mayhem. And that's it, that was a wrap. Then Shifty was with us, he was in the ends all the time. I weren't really never officially Mayhem. I was probably the only.
What? Wait. Hold on. Who here thinks Roller was Mayhem? Let's just cut that there. I've always called Roller Mayhem Blue Bear. That's just me. So who was you with?
No, but I was just never really Mayhem. I was solo dolo, bro. I was kind of just like
solo on Stamford Street. How can you be solo on Stamford Street? Yeah, you was Wally Range. You was Wally Range. I love it. Okay.
At the time, they were in Wally Range. They weren't really grime MCs. There was rappers. There was man who was older than that, and that was rapping. He's like,
yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
Chords, Chimpo. These man were all like rapping.
Yeah, big OGs. But to the outside world,
yeah, of course,
over
to the outside
you was
world.
Mayhem. You was the big
but
bear.
I didn't have Mayhem lyrics.
Reckless came after Mayhem, and he was affiliated with them. But as he says, if he says he weren't Mayhem or anything, and he was solo dolo, that's what he was. So.
You know what I'm saying? So at the pinnacle, top at everything these times now, because we're talking about too far ago. I'm rubbish with years now because I'm getting old. Like I'm 32. Everything feels like it was 5 years ago. I think everything's 5 years ago.
This 06.
2009. So what's that? 11 years?
What? This is 2009. This ain't 2009. This can't be 2009.
You thought you'd be on the video? The name you were aiming for was Tim Westwood TV.
Yeah, that was the pinnacle. Tim,
like,
big Tim.
As far as doing sex, as just spitting your bars for an audience to see, this was it.
No fire in the booth these days. None of that. It was just Tim, strictly Tim.
They're gonna play that, De Niro.
Legendary, my man Shifty, residing Manny. Let's do it, kid. Listen, wait, I said a lot of guys hate on the team that I rep. That's could be seen as a threat. Them man think the big dogs till I pop dogs down
like I work on the machine in a vet. Don't care what you think that your team is the best. I'm a big bird, don't dare put your beak in my nest. I am waiting and I've created a bigger buzz than a million bees in a nest. So labels need to invest. You're not known, you need the interest. Go back home, stay seated and rest. You ain't got the status, don't speak to this ledge. Cause the MC guys think that I wanna be black. So I keep on telling them I'm white like the cabbage, cream in the egg. White like the cabbage, cream in the egg. They can't level with the boss, I'm headed for the top. I'm forming, they're never gonna stop. Don't claim you're the veteran, you're not. You're the North Pole, shift this Spain, you will never be as hot. So don't claim that you're strong, you're as soft as a teddy in a cot. You've been putting out CDs for so many years and what? Cheese is the only cheddar that you got. I'm like you little tramps, give up the music game, stop trying. Go job centre, go try get another job. You were not worth now, you might as well be buried in a box. But I'm tight like leather when it's on and I shine like the weather when it's hot.
Everyone make some noise for Shifty on the live there.
You don't know, you don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, let's call up Show Them actually. This is time for Show Them.
Yeah, come take this seat. Are you eating?
Yeah. So yeah, man, that was popping. I remember that was cold. And so you used to hold sets and it used to have people around your spot. You used to put that out as well.
Yeah. So for me, I started out as a solo person. Didn't want to be involved in any crew. Everyone wanted to jump on my set, so I didn't need a crew. It was
facts.
It was when I think it was Wrigley clashing Raw Deal, Twat Records. When I joined Hit 'em Up, Liquid and Wrigley approached me and said, "Yo, we need a DJ for our crew." But I already knew OG. He was like my best friend in primary school. I knew him, and I was already speaking with him them times. So it was a natural thing to say, "Yeah, I can connect with OG then." And yeah, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but that's how I become a DJ of Hit 'em Up. But other than that, I was more or less on my own all the time. And it was hard because, starting out was hard because you had Snipes, you had Flary. I don't know if you remember the is it Dubplate.net?
Dubplate.net, the
Dubplate.net. Everybody used to put the top 5 DJs
so
on
this
that
is,
site.
we gotta remember there's no smartphones yet, so there's no Snapchat, there's no Facebook, there's none of this. There was a website, it was a forum called Dubplate.net, and if you wanted to find out what just happened in the hood, in your school, like who's clashing who's got beef with who, you went on Dubplate.net and everyone was snitching on there. Everyone was snitching on there. You can find out any information you wanted about anyone on there. Facts. This also 2004.
Yeah, that's dial-up times.
So, I'm saying from 2002 to 2005.
Screens loading up in pixels.
Yeah,
half the screen.
Yeah, man. Like screens were loading up slow. So when you got to the bottom of that thread without it loading up, you was nice, happy.
Yeah, so
yeah, we digress. Go on.
Dubplate.net. That was a place to know if you were doing things or not. But yeah, I was competing with Snipes, who had a crew. Floss Mode was massive. Flary, Raw T, K1, Mayhem. I'm trying to think of the other DJs. There was other DJs. Shout the DJ names out if you know. Who else was about? Laser. Was it? Yeah, Laser. There was loads of them. Yeah, PH1. So I was competing with guys who had crews. The only thing that separated me was the rhythm that I had. I had the latest rhythm and I could mix. I was okay at mixing. Yeah.
Where did you get your rhythm from?
Right, that's a secret still, you know.
You see that? You know what? It sounds like a joke, but that is the real deal. Guys used to get on the coach to London, go walk an hour walk to this record shop and realize that they've only got enough dough for like 2 records. So then you got to stay up in that record shop for all 3-4 hours listening through records where the owners are looking at you like you're gonna buy anything, and then you might not even find the tune you was looking for because you didn't know what it was called. You had white labels where DJs will just write any name on the tune, whatever they want. So you're asking DJ what the tune's called, the man will tell you it's called Phantom. That tune don't exist. You know what I'm saying?
That's how Flair started. Standing at DJ Silver's desk and looking at the deck and seeing the picture of the tune while it was playing. He's like, yeah, I'm going in the shop to find that. That's how you used to
see this man. There was no Shazam. There was none of these aids to help you. Go on. What was up to?
So, yeah. Where did I get my vinyls from? HMV. Everyone was in HMV putting 2-3 vinyls in one sleeve and acting like it was one. We all done that. There was Eastern Bloc. But I was on the internet. I was one of the first kids in my high school to have the internet. So I was using, this is before man was cheating and getting tunes off LimeWire. Rhythm Division, Independence Records, Big Apple, what was Uptown and Black Market. But Rhythm Division was the one, and Independence Records. Rhythm Division though, Wiley used to load them up all the time, and I used my mum's card and just paid her the money and then said, yeah, mum, just get this for me. And I had to wait in all day for the post just so he didn't try and give it to a neighbour. No tracking, you just had to wait. Miss college and all that. But yeah, that's how I kind of come up. But I remember a couple MCs. There was Pingu, Blade, Captain. Captain wasn't big at the time. This was my friend's cousin. And I used to do sets with a DJ called And One in Burnage sides. And Captain came.
Carnage crew was that?
Yeah, not Carnage, but they were affiliates. I remember running sets with Captain, and I used to spit. And then man are like, right, my man can spit, you know. It's not just when people say they can spit, and it's like, yeah, you can't even rhyme, bro. You're just sounding on the mic. But Captain kind of gave me props, Pingu and Blade. And I didn't really fully spit, but I remember Captain and bringing him to Mersey Bank. And I've just always been around the start of some of the MCs. True. Naming some of them off the top of my head would be Roller, Dino, Dems, Captain, Caesar. He used to come and record at my house. I remember linking up with Hypes, but Hypes was already a sick MC, but he wasn't getting the limelight from Floss Mode. And that's just from me and Hypes speaking at that young age. Idris, big up Idris, because he introduced me to Hypes, because Hypes used to like Screwface in the barbers, didn't know it was his dad, and like dark man out, and it's like, right, what's this shoot's problem? And then we got introduced. I'm like, right, I've seen you before in the barbers. Like, yeah, my dad cuts hair. I'm like, cool. And yeah, me and Hypes used to run sets. Then he moved to Wolverhampton. So I couldn't even tell you the time because of interacting with so many different people before hit 'em up. But I think the biggest time for me, Unit Radio. Unit Radio's got to be the biggest time. I wanted to be the most professional grime show, looking up to who was on One Extra. I think it was Target.
Drop the verses on it, like he used to do things like that. He'd put people on tracks, and it'd make things happen.
Forgot about that, you know.
You forgot about that. That was like a 2-year running thing. Like man thought that was a thing. Do you know what I mean? That was a thing, bro.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Actually, Valentine's was probably the biggest thing I done. I had the CD burner there, burning 10. Just put the disc in and went to all the colleges and stashed that about. But I loved getting different crews involved. A short story, speaking to Rome's and Saji about this before. I wanted to do a Manchester All-Star set, but it never took off because I wanted 2 MCs from each crew coming down to Garfield Studios and doing a set, and then the next week it would have been another 2, just to get everyone popular, everything popping. But the first time I done it, everyone turned up and it was like, what's the point? Raw T though was stush. Raw T was stush. They didn't want none of it. They didn't want to get involved at all.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
They weren't like that Raw T. Like you didn't really get a feature on a Raw T. If it was Raw T, it was Raw T. It wasn't Raw T.
Raw T was stush, innit?
Yo, make some noise for show them, everybody.
Bless.
So at this time we're still talking about everyone's really in cruises, not really any solos. There weren't really any standout solo artists. We can't find a lot of the other stuff because again, pre-YouTube. But we started to see like a few pop up. There was Merc Don, and it was Fiasco. They went at it with each other with some of the two most disrespectful diss songs you will ever hear. And to give Mert his props, he was actually going at everybody. He was on his own going at everybody.
Raised the game.
With the most disrespectful diss song you have ever heard. Like, no holds barred. Like, on anybody. He didn't care.
Violent.
No Delilah.
There's no Delilah, bro. They like came what it was with videos, so he chose this one. What? Go on then, play it. Find Delilah for them. I'll explain it to him. So with this tune, Delilah, this went viral before you could really go viral. People were sending tunes through Bluetooth on the phone. You had to keep the phone so close, like infrared, you know, infrared. And like you men are talking about some ringtones, infrared ringtones, man.
Infrared was the serious. You can't break the connect.
Yo, listen, sometimes you thought that this file had sent and you're on your way, file has not sent, so you can't get the tune. You have to go find the person and get the tune. So this song is called Delilah, yeah? And what's that? Oh, is this tune? No, but this one's Delilah, we're talking about Delilah first. This one's Delilah, yeah? This one went viral like mad.
This was viral before viral.
Yeah, before it was even a thing.
Delilah everywhere you go. So keep your
The funny thing is, there was only one Delilah that we knew out of everyone else. She was a nice girl, man. So it was
Delilah. Delilah. They see her Tings in man from different gangs. Now she's stuck with the name Delilah. Delilah. Age 40.
People didn't know whether to take Fiasco serious. They didn't know whether he was like a parody kind of rapper or if he was being serious. And that's my cousin, like a blood cousin, and I can't tell you whether he's being serious or not to this day. I don't know. Like, it could be, it might not be, it might be a joke, he might just be laughing at us all, but he was. Man's about 19 now. Yeah, Ings is there. This was some funky beat, I remember it, I couldn't catch the beat, man. Some funky beat. So my nickname was Mic Hog, because I used to get on the mic and then I just spit until I ran out of lyrics and then someone else could have a go. Yeah, go on, pause that. Yo, where's Sensor disappeared to? Yo, come back here, Bridget. Yo, make some noise for Sensor. So Sensor helped facilitate that. So give us a little bit of the background behind Manny Madness, how it started and what your aim was with it.
To be honest, I can't even remember. I think I stole my dad's camera and then just started filming, man, and that was what it was.
That was it?
Yeah, and that was it. I just thought, how can I add value to the scene, because I weren't going to rap because I was shit. I had like a 16 bar, but it weren't really popping, so I just thought, Ras, let me add some value. Let me try to turn it into like a little business before, like, it was a hype of being like an entrepreneur and all this kind of stuff. So I just did that, and then made the DVD and then just sold it on like Market Street and HMV on Market Street and that next shop. Like, what was that shop called?
The one underneath the bar?
Yeah. Oh, Eastern Block. Yeah.
Shout out to Watson.
Yeah, so that was it really, and then we just thought it was just raw talent in it, so that's what it was.
Now it was sick because it came at a time as well, just before, as I was saying, the baseline thing popped in and a lot of the grime MCs fell off, and also just before a lot of the gang stuff got involved in the music. So, like, talk about some of the different guys who you had on the set together that wouldn't happen these days.
Yo, I can't even really remember, but I just remember it was like Long Side, Moss Side. It was just areas, innit? And then we used to pick out the MCs what used to come with the crews. So like you said, I think Sheldon was saying something like you try to get the people to MC, but then it was like it was gang kind of shit. So it was kind of like whatever, and it is what it is. and then it was just raw like that. But it's not like today where everything's all la-di-da and like, it's like raw. So people was coming with flipping BPs and all that. So it was all a bit mad, you get me? And I was like, right, so I just stole my dad's camera. If this camera gets stolen, my ass is gonna get bust. So you know, it was one of those, and it was obviously roller back in it, so it was all right. He certified it, so it was fine.
Yeah, man, nah, it was cool. It was cool. It was some fun times then, man. It was a bit of a madness, so it was the right name for it. It was a lot going on. Have you still got the footage?
Yeah, I've still got it on a DVD. I tried to find it, but I was clearing out my room and I seen it. So yeah, I can probably like get out. But there's like a bits and bobs on like flipping my my YouTube account, but like I never put it up because I was like, I don't even know. I just never really put it out. Like I put that.
So you got some stuff for the archive?
Yeah, I put that out. Yeah, I've got bare stuff, and I've still got it on little tapes because now you can just pull it in your computer and it's like a drag and drop. But back in the day, like you had to literally play it all out. So it was like
record it through while
exactly. So it's a long thing, but I should have all that somewhere and transfer it and all that. So it's what it is.
Yeah, man, much respect, bro. Make some noise for Sense, everyone. Yeah, so what started to happen after these kinds of sets, as I was saying, I'll gloss over it because I'll be here all day if we start talking about the gang stuff and that. What started to happen was people were making songs now, and even on the sets, everyone's lyrics was directed at murdering this guy, doing this guy, coming to your block, and it kind of killed it off for a lot of the other MCs because they don't want to be on the set with people who are rapping about that because you get associated. There was a video, don't know if it's there, where a few of us were rapping in Manly Park, and there were a couple MCs who weren't really involved in anything at the time, and they were in there with a few of us who were involved in stuff, and like they used to be phoning me like, yo bro, man are phoning me saying what you doing in the video with that man, da 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 da. MC Hypes, for example, he was saying the amount of backlash he got from just being in one video with a few known gangbangers at the time. It made it pretty peak for him. So then what started to happen was bassline became a lot bigger, and a lot of the fans who would have been at the grime stuff, they were all going to these bassline raves, and they were moving like Leeds, Sheffield, Midlands and that. And
yeah, but we're gonna bring up somebody that's pioneered this bassline thing, even though it was in Leeds and Sheffield and all that. You never really had a bassline event in Manny that was popping. You get what I'm saying? But the producers, we ran the bassline thing. If the truth be known, you had Piddy Pie, Sub-Zero, Burger Boy. You wouldn't hear a set without any of their names getting dropped in a set. So, like, I'm gonna bring him up. He's gonna explain how they got into this thing and how they took over.
Everyone make some noise for Piddy Pie. Yo, what you saying, bro?
1 2 1 2. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. All right. Well, go on, Roller.
Good, bro. What you saying?
Everything cool?
Oh, everything cool, bro. As always.
Good.
Yo, so I'm gonna ask you a little bit about the bassline thing, but to start off with, tell these people how old you was when you was up in the club playing bassline music to big grown people.
So when I first got my first set, I was 16 years old.
So you was going to school after raves and stuff and that, innit?
Yeah, so if I had a set on Sunday, I'd be going into school on the Monday, yeah.
Now, see this guy's memory here, he's trying to be too humble with this thing. And see all them over there in the back here. Now, I've not really been speaking all night. Listen, see anyone who went to my school, yeah? Or was around this guy, you know, yeah? See Piddy, yeah? Like, you don't even understand. This guy, yeah, was in my year. This guy's a legend. Right, this guy, like, I remember, yeah, like, me and De Niro can tell you this 10 times over. We went to London, yeah. My dad used to live in London. We went to London, we was in Size. We walked into the shop, yeah, and Giggle Rhythm's playing. I must be in year 10, yeah. Piddy's tune's playing in the shop while we're walking around looking for trainers. I'm saying to my dad, my mate played this tune, he's saying, yeah, me and De Niro are gassed, grabbing each other like, yo, Piddy's Rhythm. There ain't no phones to record this in these days, so it's just Why? Man just have to go back to school.
So memory.
Why? Yo, Piddy, it was mad. We was in London in the shop. Yo, like, you don't understand. Like, he's all saying.
He was in the Metro, in the newspaper.
Yeah, it was in the
Listen, I remember Piddy
as well, innit?
BBC covering school, and like you don't even understand. Like he was in the rave, yeah. And I'm sorry to bust his trying to be politically correct thing, yeah. But he was in the rave in all these raves in all year 9 and 10 when he shouldn't have been in no rave. Like, listen, he used to come to school talking about. Yo, I was in Dewsbury last night. I'm saying Dewsbury. Oh, listen, my mum was telling me go bed at 10 o'clock watching Dewsbury. Like, listen, like, and then now a lot of my friends are older. They're in the 30s and that. And if I come around with Piddy, saying, big boy Piddy Pat. Yo, I was in this rave, you know, Piddy Pat. I'm thinking, what? Like, when did this happen? Because the ages don't match up. Do you know what I mean? But nah, man, I have to just big up his thing because he's a humble guy as well. Like, he'll never even really tell you what it is. But nah, see Piddy, like, everyone knows if you know, like, even if you know about any type of northern music, like, you know about Piddy Pie, and that's a fact, you know what I mean? So you have to always make sure you give this guy his respect, man.
Nah, man, bless Kane. Appreciate that, brother. Definitely. Nah, so basically, it all started out from around like 2006, like late 2006, where me and a few of my friends, as you know, LMC, we was all at a house party, and one of our friends, Zyka, he's come through with this new CD, this CD of which has got T2's mix on there, so it's got all of his tunes. It's got like Hey, Nosebleed, Why, all of these kinds of tunes, which is just a brand new sound that nobody's ever heard before, which was fresh to us at the end of the day. So we were just like, wow, what is this kind of music? And he's like, yo, everybody needs to start making this kind of thing now, because this is what's popping. Trust me, this niche, this 4x4 kind of stuff, this is what it is. Do you know what I mean? And then I got into talks with Sub-Zero, and I was saying to him, like, we could make this kind of stuff. Sure, we could make this kind of stuff. If we just, like, you know, sit down and, you know, work on a couple of sounds, we can kind of create our own kind of sound. Do you know what I mean? So we've ended up with weeks, months going by. We're just in the lab, making beats, head down, knuckling down, and it's even getting to a stage where I'm coming into school with certain beats and I'm showing like Kane and De Niro and these man like, yo, what do you think of this? Man like, oh, like what's this? Like, it's kind of heavy. It's hard though. Like, what is it? I was like, it's called bassline. This is what everybody's calling it. It's like, yeah, this, you know what? That can kind of run still. And then it got to a stage where we was using MySpace. So. Does anybody in here remember MySpace? All right. So we
don't forget MSN as well.
Don't forget MSN Messenger as well, because that's how we was having like personal contact with some of these producers and DJs from outside of Manchester. But yeah, was using MySpace, and I've made a tune called Giggle Rhythm. I'm actually fast forwarding a little bit. I've made a tune called Giggle Rhythm, where I've put this out on MySpace, and a guy called Jack Reeville, who had an independent label called Dress to Sweat Records, based in Glasgow. He's picked up on that, and he's ended up contacting me and saying, yo, I really, really, really like this song. Do you mind if we, you know, release this on our record label? And to me, this is like all brand new news to me, because I'm a fresh producer at the end of the day. Like, I've not put nothing out officially. I've not had no record labels contact me or anything like that. So yeah, I was just buzzing with the opportunity that's come my way, and said, you know something, whatever you need, tell me whatever you need, and I'll happily get it over to you, and let's get this stuff on the way. We exchanged numbers. He called me a couple of times. He even spoken to my parents, because you got to remember at the time I'm like 15, 16. So I'm like, yeah, sure, but you know, just speak to my mum and just clarify everything. Make sure everything's okay. You know what I'm saying? Mum's got to look over the contract and everything like that. So yeah, the contact was made, I ended up signing the tune over to him. He released it on vinyl.
From Undisclosed Song.
Undisclosed Song, you know.
Okay.
You know. And yeah, he ended up getting me like a press release where he got me an interview with the MEM newspaper. So I've done a little article in there when they actually come to my college at the time. So this was, you know, at the end of high school going into college. They've ended up coming into college and interviewing me there, where I've got my where my influence is from, how I got into bassline, the sound and things like that. And yeah, the article got like a good reception around Manchester, not even just Manchester, but I had a couple of people from outside of Manchester, you know, hitting me up and saying, yo, we've seen you in the newspaper, like what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, and then from that, like a load of bookings, DJing around the UK, you know, Huddersfield, Leeds, Birmingham, Leicester. Leicester was my second hometown. Yeah, I'm playing in the raves, mixing up with all of these different DJs, producers, sounds.
What did you like the MCs on the bass line, or how did you feel about that in general? What was the relationship like as the producer and the DJ with MCs?
With MCs at the time, because I was coming from a grind background anyway, so we'd normally have MCs on sets and that kind of thing, so MCs wasn't really a problem for me. So I actually worked with an MC from Leicester, MNT, who actually made the tune Get Loco, the vocal track to Giggle Rhythm. So I didn't actually have a problem with MCs to do with bassline. Saji, Bad Boy MC over bassline, Retneps, Bad Boy MC over bassline. Yeah, I didn't really have a problem.
No, I'm just checking, man. I'll see.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong though. When I was DJing at certain sets, there was only certain man that could spit on my set. No.
Quality control.
Quality control. Not a lot of man could pick up the mic while I'm DJing. Not at all. So, yeah.
What would you say the peak of that was for you then? What year would you say the peak of the bassline thing for you personally was?
Peak of bassline for me would probably be 2009, 2010, I'd say.
That's like just right when Funky House started.
Yeah. So that's when it wasn't just straight bassline being played in the raves now. There was like a little influx of a bit of 45 minutes of Funky House. So yeah, I'd say that's when the different kinds of sounds were starting to, you know, get influenced into the actual bassline raving scene. And then even the direction of bassline with the actual sounds, I'd say around that year, like the styles started to change and they started to go a certain way where like us as Manny Manners, as our sounds, it wasn't like our kind of sound that we grasped with. So yeah.
So then you'd say that's when it started to kind of fizzle out a bit again for you.
Yeah. I'd say that was like on the outskirts of bassline for me personally.
Yeah. Yo, everybody make some noise for Piddy Pie.
Thank you very much.
Much respect for that, bro.
Blessings, fam.
Thank you. Make some noise for Shaz.
Yo.
You telling me, bro?
Chilling, bro.
Long time.
Planned.
So tell us a little bit about One Way TV and how it started, like what your idea was.
Obviously, I was in like my last year of uni, and I was like, I need to do something. So, you know what it is? I used to go to Hideaway Youth Centre. I used to borrow a camera. So you know what I thought? I went to the local MCs like Word, Sly, and them type of guys, and I thought I see a lot of traction from doing the videos. I thought, you know what? Let me just take this serious. I was on Cameo's radio show. I had an interview on there. I was surprised because I was only doing it for like 7 months. People are actually picking up on this like outside of Manchester, so I was like, just run with it. And yeah.
Yeah, like you can say the rest is history really, because like you've gone from strength to strength. Like the first video I done, because like before I went to prison, there weren't really any videos getting done, and when I come out, the first person who hit me up and let me jump on was you, and that was the first little thing I done.
No, it was. When I started, I thought, you know what, let me just do something where everyone can just jump on, innit? So it was a time where I was like, I don't know if I was gonna pursue my degree or do this, or this was the more enjoyable thing to do. So I thought, you know what, let me just stick with this.
Yeah. And you just got passionate about it, because then you started shooting music videos and just freestyle videos.
No, it was this progression, innit? So start from freestyle to music videos, and then going to events, shooting behind the scenes and stuff like that, which is a progression.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing managing, so just like.
Yeah, tell the people who don't know who you're working with, who you're managing.
I manage Gecko and Ty at the moment, so you all heard of them, innit? So.
Yeah, man. Like you said, it was progression. It started from you just not knowing what you wanted to do. You got your camera, you're filming people, and that's all.
You know, I was just in the right places at the right time. So.
And it was the right timing for you to do that, I suppose, yeah? You see. So how did the transition go from being the camera guy to now being the manager of one of the bigger of the new age acts in Manchester, in Gecko?
Well, it was. I used to follow Gecko around when he was around with USG, so just had my camera around at all times, and because of me being around him, he had a label situation that came up, and I was like the only person that he kind of looked up to. He's like, you know what, you can step in there now, innit? So I had to learn. I didn't know anything about managing. You know, the thing is, when you've got an artist that's kind of blowing up, all of these things come to you. So I just learned it day by day.
On your feet.
Yeah, well, day by day. And just, I'm here now.
You're here now, man. 100 racks later, yeah? Make some noise for Shaz, everybody. Nice one for that, Shaz. We're going to play one of the videos. Play that video.
One-way TV. One-way TV.
One-way TV.
One-way TV. One-way. One-way TV.
See that? It's got the scene, the whole scene.
One-way TV. 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 Manchester.
See that there? Everybody.
Everybody. And you know, it was a slow grind. It wasn't no overnight thing. Like, it worked tight hard, and like it gave a platform for a few people. It gave a few people the idea to do the same thing for themselves, and slowly but surely it started to reignite, and the ball started rolling again, and people were getting into it because they saw it. Even people who didn't see it as something they could make money off, it looked fun again. It didn't look like it was boring. It didn't look like we'd come from struggle rap, innit? No one was doing struggle rap anymore. Everyone was trying to stunt now, so it looked fun again. And I'd say, what did you say, 2015, I'd say we're skipping to now, when people who didn't necessarily make music started making music.
Yeah.
So it wasn't only musicians who made music now. Anyone can make music. Anyone can make a tune.
It was that era then, innit? It was, yeah.
It's way more accessible.
Self-loading and all that.
Make it, right now in 2020, you can make a tune, record it, make the beat, record your vocals on it, and film a video all on your mobile phone. So
easy.
It's way more accessible now. And we started to see the birth of these new age artists, and I hold it to Banco for a lot of that, because he kind of bridge the crossover where it's
maybe I could skip you out. I'm pissed if no food's about. All these funny dudes about. It's crazy what they do for clout. Need boxes like I'm moving out. Ain't you read the news are out? She's chilling with her boobies out. One series that we're cruising out. Oh, she says she's on the red. Okay, you can use your mouth. Oh, sleep like sorbet. On my line, that's your bed. feeling the feel like sports day. You can have it my way or your way. Packs in the doorway, packs in the hallway. You know the trapping is my forte, girl. Just fuck me, skip the foreplay.
Make some noise for Banco.
Yo.
Wagwan.
I'm good, me. I'm good, man.
Good. So go on, give us a little introduction into how Banco entered the scene. A little bit of the process. You don't have to go too far back.
Do you know what? Yeah, it started with fucking my brethren Kegs. I went studio with Kegs. Obviously, he had a tune that he wanted to make. I was just with him in it. We've gone 2-4Ks. He's kind of done his thing on the mic. I'm just there like, rah. I feel like I could do that, you know, because he's singing at the end, innit, on a little outro bit. I'm like, I feel like I could do that, you get me? But I'm just sat there anyway, chilling. But he's done, made the tune. Then, like, a week later, I messaged 2-4K on Insta, innit, like, yo, I want to like, book a session and just try a little thing, innit. And then friggin' gone. Did my session like a week later. Made a tune called Overdose. And a couple people were feeling it on SoundCloud and that. So I was like, rah. See what happens with this then, innit? And then I made Can't Stay after that, and then friggin' as soon as I put that on SoundCloud, it just started circulating, and then friggin' started getting emails from labels and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm involved, and then that was it.
So it was like,
I just said,
I was like 2 tracks in, and labels was like, yo, so what's happening?
Yeah, it was like fluke, man, fluky little entrance in it, but I can't lie, it was alright, man, trust me.
Timing.
Yeah, it was a good time though at the same time, because I think like the internet and stuff was changing, like with the streaming and everything, so like isolating just as like streaming was becoming popping, you get what I'm saying, so it benefited me. Even Can't Stay, that got in some thing on Spotify called Discover Weekly, which is just some streaming playlist thing, but that just like come about in it, so it was lucky timing.
No natural,
yeah,
no PR, no promo,
nah, none of that, man, none of that.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
What do you think of the current climate of the Manchester music scene?
It's gone mad now, innit? Everyone's doing music these days, man. It's mad. I like it though, because obviously it's like there's different vibes you can listen to, innit? Everyone's got their avenues now. Like you can listen to some wavy shit, or you can listen to some hard gangster shit. You can listen to friggin' some neo soul. You get what I'm saying? Man, he's got bare different avenues of music, so it's sick. It's diverse, and I like that we don't copy London at all. We're just on our money thing, from the production down to the swag, everything. Like we're just on our own thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's authentic. That's why I fuck with money, man. Trust me.
Yeah, man, much respect, bro. Won't keep you too long, man.
Nah, man, come on, anytime.
Much respect, man. Make some noise for Banco, everyone.
I see him doing well every day, like getting all these views, 1 million streams, this shit, that shit, coming out at Wireless, doing all these things. You know, like when he come out at Wireless and I'm in a crowd of 30,000 people, and I'm thinking, oh my God, there is Jake. Like, it's insanity. You've never felt these feelings. Like, it's not even about the money, it's not about none of that shit. It's like this shit, like literally, like I live for this shit. Like this is like my missus here, she will tell you, like I live for this shit. Like.
I'm going, man, not ready.
About yourself?
My name is Daisy Adams. I'm a radio presenter and a DJ as well.
Where do you DJ? Or what radio station, sorry?
So Reform Radio Wednesdays 5 till 7, and then the DJ is just events and whatnot, really.
So you play hip hop music, urban music, don't you?
Yeah, literally drill, grime, trap, rap music pretty much. But yeah, that's all I play.
So everyone, get your tunes to Daisy, because she's going to be plugging them. So how did you come into contact with music? When did your passion start?
So literally from as long as I can remember, music has been the only thing that I've been interested in. So when I went to college, I did music tech. So did you make beats? Yeah, I did in college.
You don't anymore?
I was making like 140 type beats, so like, yeah, I just kind of dropped off that. But did radio at uni for a year. That was a bit mad, and then just realised I could do it myself without any type of degree. And then just got into Unity Radio. Luckily, like they gave me a show, and just built it from there.
Okay, and the rest is history, and you're still doing it, innit?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Just grafting.
Okay. Who's your favourite artist you've worked with so far? Because you get people to come on and freestyle and you're showing it. So, go on, who's your favourite so far?
Do you know what? I don't have a favourite. Obviously, I can't pick favourites. Like, I'm in love with...
You can, man. You can. Of course you can.
I can't. I swear down. I've been asked that question so many times. I do not have a favourite. There's so many people I could show love to. But if I had to mention one person right now, it'd probably be Dempsey. Purely just because that kid, he's just got a different passion and he's just down to do anything whenever he's there, like just whatever. I think he's got a proper graphic at the moment.
So that might be one for you to watch out for, Dempsey then, yeah? So that's someone for us to watch out for.
Definitely. Just throwing it out there, I'm actually putting my show's going to be doing a live show at the end of May on the 24th. And yeah, he's going to be performing there, so you should all come to that at night and day. It's going to be lit.
Not that it has any relevance. What side of Manchester are you from?
South. I grew up in Charlton and now I live in Sale.
Okay, cool. Thanks for your time, Daisy.
Thank you.
So nice to Daisy. And as we were saying, that's us in the present now. So we're talking about rappers like Meeks, we got Banco, we got Dempsey, we got H, can't go without not saying H. Like, we got Robert Hollow, we got I Am DDB, we got Children of Zeus, we got Lay, Abnormal Sleeps, come on. We got everyone, like we got people who are proper flying the thing out here.
Got AO Britain, don't forget my guy AO, you get me?
Yeah, can't forget AO. And we got Meeks, yeah, who, my humble, unbiased opinion, is probably the hardest rapper we've had in Manny since Captain.
Let me tell you,
that's my opinion.
When you hear this guy's shit, this guy's dangerous.
I've been fucking since the morning. It's only right we go war. I've been fucked since I was born. I've been running from the law. I've been fucking since the morning.
6 figures could pull songs, but my niggas gone. And they ain't sitting on no stars that I'm wishing on. Granny told me smoking all that weed, they'll have your vision gone. Never drop a tune to the same beat I rate on. Serving kitties long, swerving in my dinghy down. I ain't stepping in the club if I can't bring the thing along. Just know it's real rap, straight facts, this ain't no sing-along. I just wish my nigga D was here so we could sing a song. Told him I won't stop and I'm on job until the dinner's long. Even selling spice on the wing and throw it on the bong. Another pad spin, I'm beeping on the one. I'm pissed off, sitting down the block, thinking about silly guap. When I touch the rolls, little crop, 2 jobs, 5 quid a box. I'm shutting down blocks and OT spots. There's nothing better than some brown prof. I switch spots if the town's hot. Everywhere we go, a man called Salsa. If you knew my name.
Hey yo.
Yo.
Eyes on the Pies himself has got something to say.
Literally, yeah, boom. Like my past couple of years, yeah, like doing this, like everyone's told their little journey. Like Banks made a couple of tunes, yeah. I moved to London. This is me saying it rapid now because I don't even like talking about my thing. You can all talk about yours.
I'm gonna slow you down if you start going too fast. You know that, right?
I moved to London. I met 2 people. I got my first job, which was working for Big Nasty. So I was doing assistant managing and label management for Dice Recordings. That was literally the first thing I did. I met Nathan and Ledge, 2 of the biggest, most important people to me in the gym. I went Ballantyne's gym because I was ill and I had the flu, and I was trying to go sauna and steam for a bit. And I met 2 guys talking about Big Brother and they gave me a job. Literally, that's what happened. Like, there's no flip side to it. There's no like magic story. That's like the next day he picked me up and Big Nasty was in the car and I went to Good Morning Britain, and that's what happened, innit? It's a wrap from there. Like, it was like I signed my first artist that same year. It weren't Jake, even though everyone loves to try and act like Jake went out here grinding by himself. Banco, you get me? Banco put in his own work. Don't ever get it twisted, you know what I mean? I was learning. I didn't want to be his best friend that was next to him going, yo, bro, get me manager. Like, I wanted to try and learn the game as well. So I lived in London in a little shitty bedroom, paying about 1,200 quid a month. Literally though, not even joking, literally I paid 1,200 quid a month to live in a bedroom in a 3-bedroom house. And fucking, that's what I did, innit? That was what it was, innit? And fucking, I kept doing it until I thought it worked. Natalie there, she's like one of my closest friends. That's my PA, innit? That's like, I said to her one day, I think that I can get artists signed, but I need a PA because I don't even know how to send an email properly. And I ain't got not a penny to pay you, but we might be able to do something together. And she said to me, sweet, I'm like, let's do it. And within about 4 months, we got our first artist signed to Relentless. And then I thought, fucking hell, like, Ras. To be honest, yeah, I got like fucking $4,000 or something from that. Natalie, I thought I was rich for like half a second. Do you know what? When they said to me, oh yeah, you're going to sign a single deal, I thought, yeah, I'm gone. And then I got like $4,000 in my bank and I thought, why, this ain't even, this is mad, like, do these man know what my rent is? And then I just thought, nah, but you know what, that means I can make money off music and we can do this thing. And then we just started going harder and harder and harder. And then one day fucking Banks, this is why he's my heart and soul, said that he took a chance on me. He had literally all these massive managers that I don't even want to talk his business, but he had everyone in the game that was near enough wanted to manage him. And he said to me, like, Ras, you manage me, innit? You're my boy, innit? You're my day one. Like, you do it. You've been working. You've been trying. I see what you're doing. Like, let's do it, innit? And that was the start of my thing. And then, obviously, up to now, this day with Meeks, and like we're doing 1 million views near enough in a week now, like, which is something that I never even seen coming. Like, to me, Meeks is the biggest rapper in the UK, like, and numbers in the next couple of months will prove that. And like, it's just crazy even to see that, like, we're coming from Manchester, and like, I guarantee you all in this room next week I'll have the #1 trending video on YouTube, and like, that's just coming from us here, and like, little old Manny that no one still even wants to look at, like, is a major powerhouse, but it's changing very quickly, and I'm trying to play my part in that. So it's just nice to see that finally people are supporting that. Like I say to you, like, a lot of people that look around today, they're my day ones. Like, I went primary, like, that table there says Moss Park. I went to Moss Park Primary School. Near enough every person sat on that table went to Moss Park Primary School. My boy who's got the lap here, he does not work in music. My boy De Niro, that is my best friend of my whole life. He's been clicking videos all night. He thought he was coming here to have a nice night. This is how I'm dealing with my boys right now. That's my flatmate from uni there that's recording. Like, we're not playing games. Like, everyone, like, AMC there, like, he drives cars around everywhere, all around the country for me, day in, day out, for zero money. Like, I'm not rich yet. Like, this is still a dream, do you know what I mean? And like, to have all my people around me supporting me like this at the moment is like, some days I just sit down and I think, fucking hell, like, I not spoke to Piddy for about 3 years. I phoned him and said, bro, you're going to come and do this to me? He said, well, obviously. And I'm saying to Roger, I don't even want to phone Piddy because I feel bad. You know what I mean?
Don't allow all that, bro. Phone Piddy, bro.
When I first come back to Manchester, yeah, I was feeling lost, yeah, like Sophie, and yeah, that's one of my best friends on the planet now. Like, he was with me every single day, with me. C, I went to school with C. Like, C produced 6 figures there that he was just listening to. Like, C's one of my day ones. C was in the playground coming with beats when we was in year 7 spitting bars. Now, C was Slicer. Do you know what I mean? Now C's made one of the biggest songs in the fucking country. You know what I mean? Like, every day, like, I'm out here in the whip every single day near enough with Deuce. I didn't even know Deuce 6 months ago. Recent here now, yeah, he's in that orange jumper. I'm just hotting everyone up in here, you get what I mean? Like, we drive, yeah, literally thousands of miles every week. Some weeks, yeah, we drive to London 3-4 times in a week. Listen, my missus and me have got a car together. She hates me. The car's got so much miles on it, she's looking to punch me in my face every day. Listen, I get parking tickets in London all the time. We're in beef about it right this second. It's not a joke. Like, I go in hard for this music thing, do you know what I mean? And like, everyone knows how much I love it, and like, all my people and all my boys around me, like, even like Meeks' boys, some of Meeks' boys have become my closest boys in the last couple of months just because of how much they support it. And it, like, I just feel like tonight we just needed to actually stop for a second, take it in and think, fucking hell, like, look what we're actually doing. Look at fucking H, bro. Look at H and Adex. It's fucking unrealistic. Like, we're the top of the game. YJ, I used to sit, yeah, right there in fucking, I don't even know what it's called now because I don't even go out in Manny. It used to be called Moho Live, yeah. I used to sit in that shitty club there with YJ, yeah, 3 nights a week, yeah, listening to stupid dubstep rhythm, yeah, burning my head out. And now YJ's fucking rich off making instrumentals for H. Like, you gotta take in what's really going on. Like, Like, show them even has come to me then and just said, last, bro, it's inspiring to see this happening again. Like, see that, bro? I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight, bro. I'm going to have to blaze about 100 spliffs. Like, bro, for me to be inspiring people, bro, do you know who I am? Do you know what I was doing 5 years ago, bro? And a man's just come up to me and told me that I'm inspiring. Like, bro, it's fucked. Like, this is fucked, bro. Like, I'll be real with you, bro. I'm getting emotional now. It's like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just want everyone to come up, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like, real shit, like, I swear to God, like, but mother's life, yeah, I swear to God, like, even when I'm looking around, like, Shaz, I've known Shaz, yeah, for about 10 years. Shaz, when we was fucking chatting about One Way and in Elms, his gaff, and Gecko, no one didn't even know who he was and all of that shit, did you see this fucking coming, lad? So you know what I mean, bro? It's fucking insane. Like, it actually is insane. Like, some of you are new to this, like, Daisies and that Daisy. I swear to God, when I say, yeah, listen, Daisy, 10 years ago, me and Banks was on that shitty car park there filming videos. Like, it didn't come overnight, do you know what I mean? Like, this has been a struggle. C was making rhythm in gang beefs with guys trying to punch his head in after school. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what we really come from. Like, even though it feels to people like it just happened, it really didn't just happen yesterday. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's literally been, for some people, 12, 13 years of work. And I just think right now, yeah, everyone needs to actually get the respect that they're owed, you get what I mean? And obviously there's a couple of us that are doing well at the top, but would be no one without everyone in the whole scene, do you know what I mean?
Stay a long road, you could walk instead. Shots looking like the Walking Dead. Oh, I don't want talking bed. Sometimes